welcome to For the Love of Cricket. Today we will be previewing the third test, India versus England. The series is poised 1-all. This is the pink ball test in Ahmedabad.
Indeed, it's the pink ball test.
Yep, dressed for the occasion.
Yes. Well, exciting times for the old generation of cricket followers to see the pink ball. Being a purist, I don't like much tweaking with the test matches, but as long as if the variation helps and makes the test cricket grow, because of the day and night, people would flock more to see the game. So great.
Yeah, why not? Innovation where it's suitable for the general public, why not? So, pink ball, of course, is one of the biggest factors of this third test. It's going to be a deciding test. As you are aware from our previous episodes, we did mention about how things stand in terms of the World Test Championship.
Yeah.
This next test match is really important for England as it is important for India as well.
True, because you see, India cannot afford to relax as we have been talking about it.
Yeah.
The series by itself does matter. The third match, they are locked 1-all. But the more important thing is the inaugural World Test Championship. Yeah. Because India cannot afford to lose either of this or the next match. We can afford to draw, but the English have to win both.
They have to win both.
To meet New Zealand.
To meet New Zealand, yes. That's where it stands. That's basically how it is. And any comments first on the ball, if you would like to talk about the pink ball and correlating with the pitch?
Well, as we said that the matches are both important for India. We cannot afford to relax in terms of selection, in terms of strategy, or in any way, because that would cost us a place in the final. As you said, this is a pink ball and the English have an upper hand. They are more experienced probably in playing this sort of cricket. I don't know the stats.
Not really that, because they've played only 3 games.
Is it?
And they've lost 2 and they've won 1. And they've played 2 of them away from
So
home.
basically India is playing the third.
Yeah.
And we have lost 1, won 1. And of course we don't want to carry the baggage of the 36 all out, because that should not haunt us. You see, that was a pink ball test.
Yes.
So we have to be extra alert going into this match. Mm-hmm. Now the pink ball, why it probably makes a difference when people talk about taking pacemen rather than the spinners, which is a thinking, because the pink ball seam is done by hand. The black seam. So that is more pronounced.
Oh, okay.
So that gives probably more help to the paceman.
Right.
Okay, so, and because it's a day and night match and the pink ball, they need a wicket to be more helpful to the bowlers. But at the same time, I think India will not allow the grass as there should be.
I can assure you it's going to be cut like this. It's going to be dry. I get the feeling it's going to be still a spinner's wicket, but it will help the pacers compared to the first 2 tests. This is what I think.
That is what the records have shown, that it helps the pace, because under lights it's more difficult to face the seamers, the faster men. But at the same time, they have to start playing around 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the afternoon till 5 o'clock till the sun gets down. So you have to have a balance of spinners as well as the pacemen.
That's interesting. And in India, I won't be surprised if you may have more of the spinners bowling early on and then the pacers being fresh for the night session.
So everybody understands now that the ball itself is more pronounced. Sighting is probably, you need some more time as to get used to it for the batsman. And I hope this ground is wonderful, beautiful. It's one of the best probably in the world, but the seating was really razzmatazz.
Yeah, I was
And
gonna
I was looking at it, and today probably George Graham Thorpe echoed
Yeah.
that it could be a problem to side the ball. I think not for the batsman, maybe the side screen could take care of that, but for the fielders, maybe.
Yeah, I think
You
so
know,
because
the design Neeraj should never override the functionality. So I hope it does not, and the fielders don't have an issue. So that is, let's see, I hope.
if you haven't seen pictures, which you should see, it's a beautiful cricket stadium having a capacity of 110,000 that beats the Melbourne Cricket Ground. So, unfortunately, COVID times, you can't expect that
Well, but
capacity.
they are going to have around 50,000 plus,
Yeah, and
50,000 maybe. So it's quite,
yeah, it's
you
going
know,
to be
it's
quite an atmosphere.
good for the home team,
Home team.
to have a support of such a big crowd.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing is, the wicket, as I said, there will be grass, but there will not be that much grass, very minimal just to bind.
Yeah.
So spin will play a factor. So India will say
Definitely.
we have Ashwin and Akzar covered, and
Yeah.
they might go in for the extra seamer, which is probably Umesh Yadav, since he's been beckoned to join. And for me, I would go with Kuldeep, but it doesn't seem he has the captain's confidence. He came in when most of the wickets were down in the second innings, where
Yeah.
even a spectator would roll his arm, he could take a wicket if he would bowl spin. So he nearly got root.
Yeah.
But Siraj was celebrating Ashwin's 100. It was a beautiful sight. The thing is, now they will go probably for a seamer. So Ishant and Bumrah coming back. My worry is Bumrah's again rested and coming back. He had a niggle, or still he's going to make a comeback. So Bumrah and Umesh Yadav coming off from a layoff, though his averages over the last few test matches played in India are tremendous, less than 14 runs average, and he's taken a lot
And I
of
think
wickets
you would
at home.
you would agree with me that probably Umesh would be the best suited to have the ping ball in his hand.
Yes, he's always got pace, this boy.
Yeah,
Well,
he hits the deck really hard.
yeah,
as well,
he has to really concentrate on his line and length. Otherwise, he's got pace.
Yeah,
So they have the confidence in him. I think he might be picked in front of Siraj, and
that's-
Kuldeep will rest out. So this could be the team. I would like to say a little bit word on Gill, though I don't think he's in danger. But a word on Gill, probably with all his talent and 50s, it is time for him to buckle up, tighten his mental resources like Rohit did. He's a Rohit type of player, elegant, laid back.
Yeah.
So he is a guy who could get 100, but let him not relax, because when he sees KL Rahul on the bench, this guy's KL Rahul is as good as anybody in the Indian batting lineup.
that's true.
He's as talented. So just a word for Gill, because you see strange things happen, because you mentioned there was a guy who scored a triple century.
Yeah,
and
Karun Nair.
Karun
Yeah,
Nair.
I mean-
So, this is just an offside.
Yeah.
So you could talk about the Indian selection from your angle.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it all depends on the pitch, maybe in the morning, how they assess it. But it does seem like, the fact that they did call in Umesh Yadav into the team, he's passed a fitness test, they've sent Shardul back. So
Yes.
you get indications that Umesh maybe is going to be playing. They want to go for the third seamer.
Yes.
There were talks of Hardik, maybe a good time to include Hardik in the team. But, if I just can relate to Stokes, if Hardik is not going to give you those overs like Stokes is, and it's a big loss for England that Stokes is not bowling, so I wouldn't include Hardik.
If I may interrupt you, Neeraj, on Hardik, since you mentioned, it's a very funny thing about Hardik. I don't understand when Hardik did so beautifully well or wonderfully well in Australia in the one-day series.
Yeah.
Even Shane Warne wanted him to be there. And Kohli was on record to say that if Hardik cannot bowl, he cannot be considered for the test team. Then
Exactly.
why is he there in the test squad? If
Exactly.
there are reports that he will not bowl, then there was rather a place for somebody young to be groomed in that atmosphere, even though he not be taken. So if Hardik is there,
Yes.
he should have walked in.
Yes.
So
that's
like
what-
Stokes, he's not fit to bowl. Then I don't understand this.
That's something that even I was, talking about when we saw the second test and Stokes was not able to give the overs Root would have wanted him to, I think it plays on the team, because then Root is resorting to bowling himself, and
No, this is where
I'd rather have a fit Vokes than a non-fit Stokes, especially in the second test, where he could have rested probably and come back on the
you
third
see the
test.
point is now you should talk about the selection of the
Yeah.
English.
Okay, the English now, as we've told even before in our previous episodes, there's a lot of rotation policies going on in the English team. There was a bit of a controversy with Moeen Ali leaving the squad. Apparently, he didn't, say that he was wanting to leave on personal grounds, but bit of a exchange there with the coaches and Root. Anyway, he's not there, but Bairstow joined the team. And you can expect definitely Anderson to come back, fit after being rested in the second test. I think, as everyone is saying, this is England's best chance, with their seam attack being more prominent than their spinners. Although what I did not like was, as I mentioned before as well, that Bess was not taken in the second test. Yes, they went for Moeen Ali, but when someone has, done well in the previous test match, gotten most of India's main batsmen out, I think it was tough on him.
So what do you think is the makeup of the
So I think
team?
it's interesting. I'm not sure if they can afford to play Broad and Anderson together. I cannot afford to drop Archer for sure if he's fit.
So Archer comes in, Anderson comes in.
Yes, Archer and Anderson have to come in.
Yes.
That's
So
a given.
Vokes, I think, should walk in this time
Yeah, Vokes should walk
because that
in.
helps them in their batting.
Vokes should walk
With
in.
Moeen
and
gone.
Yes, with Moeen gone, Vokes should come in, and it doesn't help that.
And Bairstow, as you said, will come in.
Yes, Bairstow will come in.
Crawley probably would come in.
Crawley. Well,
I think Lawrence
it's-
will have to step down. Florey will come in because he's fit now, I believe.
Right.
Sibley and Crawley could open. You could have Root at 3 if he wants to
Yes.
put Bairstow. I think he batted 3 in Sri Lanka. I don't know.
Yeah.
So you could have that. Stokes, if he is fit to bowl, could be their regular fifth bowler. Otherwise, they have to look at him as a sixth bowler, which will
Yeah.
add a problem to their balance.
Yeah, I mean, look, for Stuart Broad, it didn't help that he didn't really have much of an impact in the previous game, so he could be overlooked. As
Well,
you look at the
I
balance.
still think if these two guys bowl in tandem with all their experience of 1,000 plus wickets,
Yeah.
but if it's a policy either one, then yes, it could be. In the day and night, Stone was pretty good in the last match, so they should go for that extra pace at one end. When Archer's relaxing, Stone could take over. Vokes 3,
Yeah.
4. You have their spinner
Yeah, Leach.
Leach,
Yeah.
and then you have Anderson.
Yeah.
And then Stokes could be your sixth bowler because Vokes could bat a little if they want to balance that out. But it's a headache which they have to really solve because for them they have to win 2 out of 2 to get into the finals.
Yeah. I mean, for them, it's just going all out. I mean, you can't afford to.
So interesting time, guys, because for India they have to win this so that they are comfortable, at least that they can
Yes.
breathe a little bit easy, that they could just draw and still get in.
Yeah.
But for England, it's 2 out of 2.
It's 2 out of 2. I mean, that's where it stands.
So let's hope for the best and wish the teams good luck. And I appreciate all your encouragement that you have been giving us. Thank you so much for that. It really helps us to keep going.
Yes, thank you so much for the feedback, the encouragement, and the love. It's very nice to engage, and we will keep continuing this. Now, let's end our show with a bit of humor.
Of course,
Yeah.
it's always great to go out with a smile.
All right. Okay. I have a friend who is a retired cricket umpire.
Okay.
Now, he doesn't lift a finger anymore. Cheers.
Cheers.